Welcome to Answers for Living. I want to read for you an article from the Washington Post. In Washington, D.C., at a metro station, on a cold January morning in 2007, this man with a violin played 6 Bach pieces for about 45 minutes. During that time, people went through the station, most of them on their way to work. After about 3 minutes, a middle-aged man noticed that there was a musician playing. He slowed his pace, stopped for a few seconds, and then hurried on to his next meeting in his schedule. About 4 minutes later, the violinist received his first dollar. A woman threw money in the hat and, without stopping, continued to walk. At 6 minutes, a young man leaned against the wall and listened to him, then looked at his watch and started to walk again. At 10 minutes, a 3-year-old boy stopped, but his mother tugged him along hurriedly. The kid stopped to look at the violinist again, but his mother pushed harder and the child continued to walk, turning his head the whole time. This action was repeated by several other children, but every parent, without exception, forced their children to move on quickly. At 45 minutes, the musician had played continuously. Only 6 people stopped and listened for a short while. About 20 gave money, but continued to walk at their normal pace. The man collected a total of $32. He finished playing and silence took over. No one noticed, no one applauded, and there was no recognition at all. No one knew that this violinist was Joshua Bell, one of the greatest musicians in the world. He played one of the most intricate pieces ever written with a violin worth $3.5 million. 2 days before Joshua Bell had sold out a theater in Boston where seats averaged $100 a seat, and they listened to him play the same great songs. Now, this was an experiment. It's sponsored by the Washington Post. One of the conclusions reached from this experiment was this: if we do not have a moment to stop and listen to one of the best musicians in the world, playing some of the finest music ever written, with one of the most beautiful instruments ever made, how many other things are we missing as we rush through life? So I ask you, now that the entire world has been shut down, have you used this COVID-19 panic lockdown to make sure you aren't missing God's solution for your eternal destiny?